All right, so, we love diving into this stuff, and we got something really interesting today.
Yeah, looks like some fascinating astrological insights for tomorrow, March 23rd, 2025,
Straight from Tarot by High C.
which is always interesting.
And, today we really want to break it down.
Absolutely.
Like, what kind of energy should we even expect tomorrow?
Yeah, what should the listener expect?
And how do we even, use these insights?
How to actually apply it.
Yeah, how to apply this to our own lives.
That's the goal here.
Let's decode this astro weather.
I like that.
So, right off the bat, it mentions this, like, restless energy.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And tension, too. Like, it's not just, go out and conquer the world energy.
Oh, yeah, kind of like an agitation almost.
Right, and that's a key point to sort of start with, because it's like unbridled energy, but with tension.
So where does that come from, like, astrologically speaking?
Well, when you see that kind of a combination of, like, ready to go but also held back, it often points to some dynamic aspect.
Dynamic aspect.
Yeah, so like faster-moving planets maybe squaring or opposing some of the more grounding planets.
Okay, so like a planetary clash.
Exactly, that cosmic friction can really manifest as that internal feeling of restlessness.
I feel that.
But the good thing is that type of energy, if you can harness it,
Yeah.
it can really be a catalyst for change. Like the forecast even says meaningful transformation.
It does say that.
So it's not all bad. It's just you got to know how to work with it.
I see. And then there's this whole thing about, our desires versus what should be best,
That's the big one.
for everyone. Yeah,
Yeah, reconciling that internal conflict. I mean, I think we all feel that to some extent,
all the time.
where it's like what I want versus what maybe I should do, or
What's responsible?
yeah, what's best for everyone involved.
Where do you think that shows up for people you know?
Well, you have to think about the context of your own life. Like, where are you feeling that pull between what you personally desire
And like the right thing.
yeah, the bigger picture.
And it seems like that internal struggle could, like, spill out into our interactions with others.
Oh, absolutely.
Because it even says be careful about being too confrontational.
Yeah, avoid being aggressive.
Like, is that connected
It's all connected, right?
to that initial, restlessness?
Think of it this way. If you're already feeling that tension inside,
Okay.
and then something happens that triggers you,
It's like
it's easy to react.
you're primed.
Yeah, you're primed for that confrontation.
Okay, so what do we do?
So the key here is awareness, right? Like being mindful of that energy,
Okay.
not letting it control you. So instead of like lashing out,
Right.
can you channel that energy into something positive?
Give me an example.
Go for a run.
Oh, okay.
Do some intense yoga,
Yeah.
get it out in a healthy way, right?
Yeah.
Or even just like take a pause before you respond.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, just a moment to breathe and collect yourself can make a huge difference.
Yeah, because once you say it,
It's out there,
it's out there.
especially with this Capricorn moon opposing Mars in the afternoon.
Now, hold on. Let's break that down for a second. For those who maybe aren't, like, astro experts, what is an opposition?
Right, so basically when planets are in opposition, they're like on opposite sides of the zodiac wheel.
Okay, so like a tug of war almost.
Exactly, and it creates this tension.
Got it.
And in this case, the moon is our emotions,
Okay.
our needs, and it's in Capricorn, which is all about, responsibility, structure.
So our feelings are structured.
In a sense, yeah. And then you have Mars, which is that action-oriented energy, that drive.
Thrive, and they're like butting heads.
Yeah, so it can feel like a clash between what we feel we need and how we assert ourselves.
And it's saying that can lead to some emotional confrontations.
Yeah, some intensity for sure.
So maybe not the best time to, like, have that difficult conversation.
Maybe hold off on that one.
Okay, but then it shifts in the evening, right?
Yeah, things start to ease up a little bit.
This Capricorn moon then does a sextile?
A sextile to both Saturn and Uranus.
And what does that mean for us non-astrologers? A sextile.
A sextile is a good thing. It's like a harmonious connection.
Okay, so like they're vibing.
Yeah, they're working together. And in this case, it suggests that we can find some innovative solutions.
Innovative.
Yeah, through structured thinking.
So it's not just like random bursts of inspiration.
Right, it's like focused creativity.
I like that. Okay, now this is where it gets juicy.
Yeah, this is the big one.
The sun is sextiling Pluto, and it's described as power moves.
Purposeful action, taking charge.
No more waiting for permission, like, whoa.
Right, it's like a call to step into your power.
And it even says courage is rewarded and hesitation is punished.
Yeah, there's a real sense of urgency here, like the universe is saying, hey, it's time to act.
So how does this connect to the earlier restlessness we were talking about.
Well, I think this Pluto transit is like the outlet for all that pent-up energy.
Okay.
The sun is our core self, our will, and Pluto is all about transformation.
So it's like transforming our will.
Yeah, and this sextile is saying, hey, you have the power to make big changes.
To direct that energy.
Exactly, like take control of your life.
That's powerful stuff.
It is, and it's a reminder that we don't have to wait for things to happen to us.
We can make them happen.
We can create our own reality.
I love that. And that ties back into that whole idea of, meaningful transformation from the beginning.
It all comes full circle, right?
Full circle. So we have this restlessness, this call to action, this power, but then at the end of the day,
Yeah, we got to come back down to earth a little bit.
it says a lunar square to Chiron.
Yeah, and that can bring up some feels.
What does that even mean, Chiron?
So Chiron in astrology is known as the wounded healer.
Oh.
It represents our deepest wounds, but also our ability to heal.
So it's like even though we're making these power moves, we still have those tender spots.
Yeah, and the square aspect is challenging, so it can bring those wounds to the surface.
We might feel a little raw by the end of the day.
Yeah, a little vulnerable, maybe even needing some time alone to process everything.
Like, lick our wounds in private, as it says.
Exactly. Some self-care is definitely in order.
Okay, so let's recap, because this has been a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot to unpack.
We've got this restless energy, potentially leading to some, clashes, but then
there's that opportunity for innovation.
For creativity, for problem solving.
And this overarching theme of taking charge, making big moves.
Stepping into our power.
Yeah, and then ending the day with some self-reflection and healing.
Wow, so much packed into one day.
That's astrology for you.
So this has got me thinking, with all this talk of power moves and purposeful action, what's one area of your life where you feel like you could, really step up and make a change?
That's a good question.
And how could you maybe channel that restless energy we were talking about into making that happen?
I love that.
Something to ponder as we head into tomorrow.
Definitely food for thought.
Absolutely. All right, that's it for the deep dive today. Thanks for listening.
See you next time.